It's time for another quick look at the Premier League going into game week 23. Beginning with the title and UEFA races. And first we're going to mention whose chances at the title, or in some cases even UEFA, have been deemed to be non-existent. Now, mathematically speaking, even Southampton could still theoretically win the title. But realistically, the computer says these teams could win every remaining game and still wouldn't hit the projection needed to take the title, which for any bit of a chance is currently in the low 80s and climbing. So that's the bottom 10 considered realistically out for the title, and the bottom 4 are realistically out as well for UEFA, whose projected target is right now just shy of 70 points. That brings us to the top of the table. Liverpool beat Brentford to end their mini run at draws, hold a 6-point advantage over Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, giving them above a 6 in 10 mathematical chance of taking the title and almost a certain lock for UEFA. They have some favorable matches upcoming to pour it on, with Ipswich next up. Arsenal, with another tie, puts them at 44 points and a mere 12% chance to win it all. Still close to 7 in 10 to make UEFA, running out of leeway to threaten Liverpool, have the Wolves up next, and then a battle with Manchester City. Nottingham Forest kept pace with a win over lowly Southampton, shares that 12% chance of Arsenal for the title and about the same for UEFA. They play a host of top 10 teams now with the same no room for error. Chelsea beat the Wolves to keep very slim title hopes alive, but 10 points back of Liverpool with 2 teams between them and the top gives them a mere 3% chance. Not on solid footing yet for UEFA either. Big game against Manchester City, which could upend their current top 4 spot. That Manchester City team beat Ipswich to stay in the hunt for UEFA, about 3 in 10 odds. Can do some damage with Chelsea, Arsenal, and Newcastle upcoming, or they could really lose ground, or everyone could just beat each other up and stand pat. Newcastle lost to Bournemouth to slip into a tie with Manchester City. They do get Southampton up next with the big game against Manchester City in a few weeks. Bournemouth, with that win, is on a bit of a run and sneaking into UEFA contention. Around a 1-4 shot now. A couple of tough games with Nottingham Forest and Liverpool to see how much of a run they are really going to make. Aston Villa, with the tie against Arsenal, still in the picture for UEFA, a bit under 1-5 odds. Some good opportunities to make a move with West Ham, Wolves, and Ipswich on tap. Before moving on, if you're playing Fantasy Premier or in almost any sports league really, and want to get all sorts of geeky data on it, check out the Play of Computer app at the Play Store. It is what is being used here for the calculations, and an iOS version is coming soon. And now for those win challenge teams, let's take a look at the race for safety. Southampton is on a definite road to relegation without a serious change in their fortunes. Now 25-1 against making safety. Leicester has been on the back foot for a while and watching their own odds to make safety tumble to near 1-3. Ipswich has lost a couple in a row and now gets to be the punching bag of the week for Liverpool. Currently tied with the Wolves on the dividing line, both about 50-50 chances to escape. The Wolves haven't managed much or anything against tough opponents as of late, And thus those tough opponents are continuing to show up. Arsenal up next. Everton beat the Spurs to put a little bit of distance between them and the relegation line, now up to 83% to stay in the top flight. The Spurs, with that loss, are a little close for comfort to relegation, but still have an 8-point lead and 9 and 10 odds to be safe. Game with Leicester this week to pad that total or really fall into a jam. And for what it's worth, the computer says the top 6 teams are all realistically safe from relegation, as they could lose every remaining game and still likely have enough points to be good. Current guesstimate from the computer is around 38 points and falling. But again, this is a subjective calculation. It is still mathematically possible that even Liverpool could get relegated. Unlikely, but possible. That's it for now. Enjoy your day.